Hey guys, Man from Room here back again. We're going to do another faction overview and we're going to continue with Dwarves. Today we'll be going over... we'll be going over the Iron Hills sub-faction for Dwarves. Let's load up our test map. Taking a sec because I have everything on ultra high. Okay. So Iron Hills, their unique trait is that their dwarf units are actually stronger than the other dwarf units in terms of health. I believe they have 100 or so more health per unit. And yeah, let's pick Iron Hills. Look over their units. Like I mentioned before, all the buildings across Dwarves are pretty much the same economy buildings and like auxiliary buildings or whatever, support buildings. But the cool thing about Iron Hills is you actually get the vanilla Hollow Warriors, and then build this and these for later.
We've expanded the forge works. We've done craftsmanship. Building. We have the best materials.
Their unique building is the Arid Mithrin Bastion, where you can recruit like quasi-elite dwarven units. Alright, I guess we'll go over the units and then we'll go over the heroes. So we'll start here. So we got Iron Hills Guardians.
Who called for some guardians?
They function similarly to the... Let me turn down the music actually real quick. Okay. Okay. So they function similarly to the Erebor Guardians, but they get a different upgrade, which we'll go over in a moment. We got the Halberdiers, or the Pikemen. Standard Pikemen. Instead of the Axe Throwers, we actually get Crossbowmen. Crossbowmen deal more damage per shot than archers, but they fire a bit slower. So there's that. These guys are pretty good. They get buffed by one of our heroes, which we'll go over later. We'll go over this unique upgrade. So Mastercrafted gear costs 750. It grants specific bonuses, it grants resistances specifically to the Guardians, so we'll buy that. And now we'll go over the upgrade. So the Guardians gain resistance to pierce, structural, hero ranged, and cavalry range damage. So basically just range damage in general, arrows. And then it also upgrades their weapon, which debuffs all enemies, so this works on heroes and monsters. It debuffs their armor by 30% for 20 seconds. And then the unique, like quasi-elite unit for Iron Hills are the Iron Hills Slayers. These guys move as fast as the Khazad-dûm vets, which we went over in the last video. Their unique trait is that they can switch between pickaxe and a shield. So by default, they have their shield equipped, but you can unequip the shield and add a pickaxe, and they will do 20% more damage, but they will lose 15% armor. And of course, all these guys can receive all the standard upgrades. And you're still playing Dwarves, so the spellbook tree is still 100% the same. Okay.
Yeah. Let's get in there. Keep those spears ready. Get ready, dwarves.
We'll just let that play real quick. Okay, now that that's over, let's go over the Arid Mithrin Bastion. So, kind of the theme with Iron Hills is they're supposed to be really against monsters. This building, all these units are fairly good against monsters. So, this building can also receive upgrades, just like the Dale Marketplace. So, we get the additional Hall of Warriors, which increases the training speed of all these units by 50%. We get the Dragon Trophy. So, this upgrades the fortress with it debuffs monsters in a wide radius. They lose 50%. Oh no. Okay, so they lose 50% damage, and then allies. Don't know if it affects heroes, but we'll just assume infantry and cavalry. Gain 30% damage within a specific radius around the bastion, and then if they leave the area of effect, they still keep it for 45 more seconds. We get Defenders of the Borders, increases the armor of the building, and then there's Spear Throwers up here, and they attack units. And then the cool thing about the Bastion is we can actually just get another Mighty Catapult. This is the same exact catapult as that is on the fortress.
A mighty catapult is ready. Where is the ring has been dropped. Here we go. The new fortress is out.
Okay, so we got
the mighty catapult.
So the first unit is actually the Arid Mithrin Dragon Slayer. These guys are kind of specialty units. They have a lot of health. They have 4k health, which is more than some heroes. They can switch between a Morning Star and a sword. The sword is good against heroes and single targets, and then it has a higher attack rate, and then the mace is good against clumps of like weaker units, and he can receive armor and forged blades upgrades. So we've got the Arid Mithrin Hunters. These guys are spear throwers. These are the best spear throwers in the game. They do insane damage towards monsters. They can receive standard upgrades, and then we got the Zealots.
Who needs a face full of head?
These are just strong, much stronger swordsmen than the other guardians in terms of health and armor.
Follow me.
And then the cool thing about Iron Hills is you actually get these Iron Hills Goat Riders. We'll go, since we're going over the units here. These are one of the strongest cavalry units you can get in the Third Age. They have a lot of health, 1400, which is the health of some elite cavalry units, I believe. They get a formation that deals more armor damage. They get standard upgrades. Yeah, these guys are solid. It's definitely one of the reasons to play Iron Hills. And then the Iron Hills gets their own unique catapult. We're gonna have these guys go pick up the Silmaril.
Careful, you scufferer. That's right, it's dwarven quality. Don't get it stuck now.
So, this catapult shoots a different projectile than the airborne catapult.
She's a delicate one. Quick,
I believe it deals more damage. I'm not entirely sure on that, but it definitely does more than every other catapult, except that I know of, except maybe the airborne catapult. And of course, you can receive the flaming shot. Okay. Now we'll go over the heroes.
Get me a target. As you will. Leave it to me.
I have a wee proposition, if you wouldn't mind giving me a few moments of
My
your
axe
time.
grows restless. On it. Waiting. Right. A fight. Where? Let's get in there.
And we'll just recruit Durin ahead of time
Keep your distance.
for good measure.
March. What say you? As you will. I'm listening. Disturb a dwarf, will ya? Standard formation. Get me a target.
Okay.
I'll wait for no one. Move out.
So we'll go over the first hero and our cheapest hero, Narin. He's a strictly he's a mounted hero. He only stays on his goat. For his first ability is both a passive and an active effect. So he actually buffs nearby dwarven heroes and heroic and elite units. So he buffs the heroes, and then he buffs the Khazad-dûm veterans, and he also buffs the elite units from the Belagos fortress.
What?
And the unique thing about the bonus is it lasts for 30 seconds even after they leave his radius. And this active effect is he gains 35% extra additional speed for level 3. This is a it's a buff that affects himself, and then also affects goat riders and Belagos riders. So anything on the goat, so all the goat riders essentially, but they lose speed. So basically, just make them better in melee. And then we got this ability, Ceasefire. Basically, it's kind of like a quasi-stun. So the hero, the enemy hero or monster, you'd probably just only use this on here though, can't attack. It also can't be attacked. But if that hero wants to cast abilities, they'll take twice as long to recharge. And then we have this, level 10. Narin makes a hero invulnerable for 30 seconds, and you can cast it across the map. If you give him mithril armor, he actually gains a grant experience ability, which is very strong because dwarves, it's just giving a level up to dwarves is one of the most powerful things you can do, since their units are already really tanky. And the next hero is Drar. His first ability is also an active and a passive. So for his passive ability, he actually buffs the Dwarven crossbowmen and the Aglaron hunters. They gain 40% damage, range, and vision, so kind of like Mahur from Isengard. He has a passive ability, also level 1. Whenever him and his friend Murin are on the battlefield, they each gain 25% damage. At level 5, he can temporarily disable a building. At level 10, he gains a barrage, and this is not just any barrage. This is a very powerful barrage. Those are Khazad-dûm vets that just got killed by that. These are some of the strongest units in the game. Imagine that can do the most run-of-the-mill units. Oh, also, I skipped over his active effect for this. His active effect is he switches to fire arrows. They deal more damage to everything. Not just buildings, but flame damage is better against buildings. And then when he gets mithril armor, he actually just... he gains a passive debuff against buildings. The buildings lose 50% armor and 100% damage. So basically, you can kind of just have them near like a fortress with a whole bunch of attachments or expansions, and those attachments will do no damage at all. So that's pretty strong. Next hero is Murin. So he gets the same passive as Drar. When they're both on the battlefield, it gains 25% damage. At level 2, he gains kind of a Blade Master ability. So, like, he charges in when you, like, click on units. I should actually just move these guys over.
Cease rapid fire. Move in quickly. Close at the double. Where? What? Let us go on.
Guess I'll just use some of these abilities.
Just bring me some orcs. Ready.
Okay.
A fight. What say you? My
Okay.
pleasure.
So yeah, Murin charges into the enemy units like this, crushing them, and then after that, for 15 seconds, he gains 50% damage, 30% speed, knockback resistance, and becomes invulnerable against pierce, hero range, cavalry range, and structural damage. So arrows, basically.
What is it?
And at level 5, he gains. This is really similar to Aramir's level 10. You can like basically just crush units. This is yeah.
Yes.
That's very good against archers. And then at level 8, he gets a paralyze against units.
Attack.
See how they're just kind of frozen there, not moving. And then when he gets mytho armor, he permanently gains 200 damage, and he deals splash damage. And then he grants Arid Mithrin units and Aglaron units invulnerability to flame damage. So kind of going in with the theme against like dragons there.
Yes. Right.
Next hero is Thorin the Third. So in his Iron Hills variation, he's a little bit different than his Erebor version. So for his passive effect, heroes of the Iron Hills are resistant to knockback and speed, but I believe the active effect is the same. No, it might be different. Thorin receives 50% armor, 30% speed and knockback resistance, and then these two abilities are the same. Yeah, his first Palantir is exactly the same, but what makes him kind of unique is his rune. The runes he can give.
March. By my beard.
If he was just getting the mine shaft, that would be very cool. Yeah, sometimes the mine shaft is a bit buggy. Okay.
I'm listening.
Alright, so his runes. So basically, you can only use this on like all the 3rd age units. Iron Hills. Okay, you can't use them on the Arid Mithrin units, but you can use them on these guys, you can use them on the Khazad Vets, and you can use them on the units from the Aglaron Citadel.
Keep your distance.
Where is he?
A fight. Where?
Yeah. Okay. Can't use them on the cavalry though, just the infantry.
March.
So for the first rune, the battalion becomes resistant to magic, fire, ice, and poison damage. For the second rune, the battalion gains experience twice as fast. For the third rune, the battalion permanently receives 25% armor and damage. And if you notice, they kind of have the runes like floating around them. Kind of like how on the other Thorin, the runes are like floating around the building.
Ready.
And then for the final rune, he actually just grants Scavenger to the units. The units have Scavenger.
I'm listening. By my beard. March this way. Ready.
Yeah, I don't know if I showed this last time, but I'll just do it
Come here.
one more time.
More fight. Leave it to me. A fight. Where? That's your best. Ready. At once. A fine idea. A fine idea. A fine idea.
He doesn't want to activate his ability. Yeah, if I put on auto cast. There you go. Didn't hit him though. And I think, did I show this off last time? That's pretty sick.
I'm listening right away.
All right. So our last hero for Iron Hills is Dain. Not as powerful as Thorin, Oakenshield, or his Erebor variation, but he is definitely a strong faction hero. So, like all the Iron Hills heroes, he gains 2 abilities at level 1, a passive and an active. So he has a leadership, grants nearby infantry and cavalry 30% armor, 10% damage, and resistance to fear and terror. And then he has an active effect where himself and infantry near him gain 33% speed, 50% damage, and knockback resistance. He has a Palantir switch at level 3. At level 5, he gains so this, he attacks a target. It can be a unit or a hero. It does a lot of damage though, so the best value you get is on a hero. Okay, it doesn't have an animation. So then, after you use the ability, all allies near, like near where you use the, where you attack the target, gain 50% armor and 30% damage. At level 7, instead of the, what's it called? Ability for Erebor Dain, where you make your units invulnerable, you actually just grant all your units near Dain double damage if they're near hero, and it can't be nullified. You get some Mithril armor. Same thing as Erebor. When you get the Mithril armor, you get the Red Axe, and then the Red Axe is a healing weapon. When he attacks, he heals allies. On his other Palantir, he summons a battle wagon. Neat thing is he can actually get in this battle wagon, and then he can move around the map really quickly. But you got to be careful though, because if this dies, if it dies, he will die too. So, okay. This ability is kind of nice. It's Ore Discovery, so if you use this on a mineshaft, a regular mineshaft, not this. And so all units near the mineshaft will get heavy armor, and then all heroes and units near the mineshaft will get 25% armor for 2 minutes. At level 9, this is, he just summons treasure chests, and you can pick them up. At level 10, he gains an army summon, which is a little bit different than his Erebor Dain. Okay, so unlike the Erebor Dain, you get kind of a different summon. You can still get these very strong Dwarven defenders, but you also get like units from other factions too. Like these are the Erebor Guardians. I actually got all Erebor units. Usually this doesn't happen. Usually you get like one of each or whatever, or like more variety. Got the axe throwers, and you do always get 2 catapults, 2 Iron Hills catapults. So that's pretty much it for Iron Hills. Like I said before, all the Dwarven factions, like, they operate really similarly. Same build, or most same buildings. First stage, 100 the same, no difference. The only thing left is to go over the heroes that Dain summons for Iron Hills. So, or Durin, my apologies. Okay. So, for Iron Hills, when you play with the Cimmeral and you use Durin's effect on the Mausoleum, you get Gror and Nain. I believe these are like Dwarven legends. I think they're mentioned in the lore. I think one of them is anyway. I think one of them is like one of the early like founders of Erebor or something. But anyway, we'll go over Gror first. So he's kind of a builder hero. You can't Q select him, kind of like Erebor Dain. But so basically he puts down build plots. You click on one of these.
Attack!
You click on the building one. He puts down a plot, and then you can build the building there. And you can build these anywhere. So if you want to, you don't have run the risk of what's it called, having a builder nearby.
The hall of warriors is ready. For the dwarves!
So yeah. Let's put these guys in the mine actually. And then we'll just we can use their abilities on units.
Was? Schon dabei.
Let's move this guy away. Okay. So this ability, so I think every time he attacks, he unleashes an earthquake. I think if I understand that correctly, let's see. Maybe it only works against buildings.
Ja. Reiß das nieder.
Not working. Let's see. Oh, maybe. Okay. I think you're supposed to use these two abilities together. Okay. Aftershocks only. So if you activate this, the earthquakes he summons are stronger. Let me turn off the trainer real quick. Okay. Let's use this against the fortress. Oh, okay, so yeah, he has to attack buildings, I guess. So the building is disabled, and he's summoning little earthquakes. That's actually really cool. Okay. So his level 7 ability is he unlocks a special building called the Earth Hammer. Okay, I think he just keeps stacking disables on these buildings while the earthquakes are nearby. Okay, so for this build plot, we build the Earth Hammer. This building's sick. So basically, you can create an earthquake. I think the distance. Okay, it does have a range limit. I thought it was across the map.
Ja. Schon dabei.
Yeah.
It's the ring. Get it quick.
So this creates an earthquake, and it's on cooldown. Okay. And then he's supposed to get ability to... Oh, it's this. Okay, so this ability unlocks this power. And then this creates an earthquake. Okay, this creates another earthquake at Gror's position. Wow. Okay. So that's really cool. So this guy is just, he's a builder and a building disabler. Alright, next we have Nain. So he has a passive ability where every 50 seconds, he lets out a battle cry, and nearby allied units gain 33% speed. And then, if he dies, allied heroes near where he dies will become invulnerable and deal double damage. Okay. So, his next ability is he can build... Oh! He creates a tunnel where he's at, and then he can just kind of shuffle... Or, not shuffle, he can just kind of put another tunnel wherever on the map. I don't know why the tunnel only has 5 slots. But, he can just, do this, I guess. Or, he can just do this and, escape, or go anywhere. And then he can... We're actually just going to move him back using the trainer. Okay. And then once he leaves, the tunnel is destroyed. So for this ability, it affects his battle cries, his passive ability. So for the next 2 or 3 battle cries, the units he affects gain 50% armor and damage, as well as a speed boost, and they get knockback resistance. And it can't be used while this is active.
I won't be long. Waiting. Where? Attack! Keep those spears ready. Waiting.
Perhaps he'll yell within the next like 20 seconds.
Positions. Speak.
Okay. Oh, there we go. No V effects, but it did trigger, I think.
We've got to move. Waiting. Get ready, dwarves.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, at least the speed buff is working. These guys are actually quite fast. Wow.
Speak. I won't be long. Ready. Going.
Okay, I think he has to use all his battle cries, and then that's when the ability runs out. So we'll just go over this now.
Right.
So for this, this works similar to Murin's charge ability. He just sends a battle wagon into the fight like that.
On it. Right. Moving.
Don't know if this game will let me activate this ability, but I think it's just the same. Yeah, it's literally just the same, except
Right.
the battle cry just stuns units, kind of like how Murin stuns units.
Right. Waiting. Where? To battle. Yes.
I'll give it like
What? Attack. Waiting.
one more battle cry. Okay,
What?
doesn't want to activate. Can I activate with the trainer? Can't even activate with the trainer.
Speak.
But anyway,
On it.
well, that's it for Iron Hills. This and the Arid Lewin showcase will be about this short, since, like I said, Dwarves, it's sub-factions, not complete faction, like, changes. So, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, guys. Have a good one, and, have fun.